Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
Where did I go?
From a loft-style studio in Tampa, brings a show so raw and uncut, we mean
no filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the show. You know, I want to talk about something, aside from comedy and some stuff and, bits and segments we do here. We like to have fun, but we also like to play a serious note here on the show. And I want to basically talk about what I've been seeing here in the nation as of late. I mean, it's been a hot minute, right, guys, of what we're seeing here of strength over weakness, or sometimes weakness over strength. And I'm seeing it all over the platforms, including here on X and TikTok and, all over Facebook. And folks, we have to do better than that. I mean, really, seriously, I go into these spaces, guys, and I don't want to play the bashing game or this and that, but I see the cry of a lot of individuals in these spaces. It's like they've lost hope with themselves, and obviously lost hope with their nation because, they're crying out for the help, and we need to help those individuals. I'm not saying spaces are a bad thing. They're a great thing. But the people that are coming into these spaces, we need to uplift them and make them a prosper person or an individual, okay? And what I mean by that is guidance them, counsel them, help them out, give them suggestions, opinions. And here's where the weakness comes in, folks, because I have to play that card, okay? Because it's honesty, right? And the truth will come out of it. And hopefully the truth that comes out of my vocabulary will help those that are maybe experiencing this, okay? With the depression, the anxiety, the overreacting of things. When you see people come into spaces that are helping you out, listen, folks, listen, okay? I voice so much in spaces, and you automatically, and this is where you could tell the weakness over the strength, automatically the rebuttals come in. Well, you don't know, and this, well, I do know. I do understand what you're coming from. I was there at one point. I've experienced hardship. I've experienced struggle, but I overcame the struggle because I overcame the obstacles because I've listened to people similar to what I'm explaining now on the show that helped me out. Folks, strength over weakness. That's how we get our country back. That's how we get it back. Guys, joining me here, I have a gentleman here on the program with me, really good friend of mine. He runs his shows on X, Marlon. Okay, he does a lot of spaces. I encourage you guys to check him out over there on his platform at Savaged John 911. Please, guys, head over to the spaces. You'll learn a lot. He always has, crowded spaces and a lot of intelligent people that come through his way. Without further ado, I want to bring him into the program here. This is John, otherwise known as Marlon American. How you doing, buddy? Are you there? We might have some audio issues with him. You might have to go on the bottom, let him play around with his audio. You might have to go on the bottom there and I think we hear something.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Man, Savage, I can't hear.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah,
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. You might have to just, obviously you have to, make sure your audio is synced in. Looks like you're on a cell phone. So if you just, obviously there's an audio feature on the bottom with like a little settings. Make sure the audio and the input are synced in there. So we'll try to get John back in here, otherwise known as Marlon on X. Really, really wonderful individual. I've gotten to speak to him a lot of times through his podcasts, and aligned with a lot of great companies known as AmericanXLive.com. which features a lot of the spaces, including his. So check him out, guys. Really, really individual. Great individual, actually. So back to the show. Hopefully we can get Marlon back in. Been wanting to speak to him on my show for a while now. But I want to talk about what we're discussing here on the program with strength over weakness. We're seeing it on all different avenues. We're seeing it through the radicalization of America, through the Democratic side, otherwise known as the left. We even see it on the Republican side. Some of the rhinos, coming out and inciting the violence through their vocabulary. And that's what's causing this mess, folks. That's what's causing it. We do see Marlon back here in the into the program here in the episode. We're going to try to get him back in. Marlon, buddy, you with us?
Man, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Savage, I would love to be on your show, and I cannot hear you, man. I don't know if there's a setting in my phone. I really apologize. I hope I can come back someday. Yeah.
We'll try to get you back in. Marlon. But feel free if you obviously you can't join us today. You're having an output setting problem. The inbound setting with his audio is working perfectly, but the outbound, obviously, you can't hear us today. So unfortunately, we'll try to get him back on the episode here on the program of Savaged Unfiltered soon. Hey guys, it is what it is. It's the gremlins that affect us with technology.
Savaged.
Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
We'll try to get him back in. So, back to the show, guys. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes it happens here on the show, and things happen. But I want to talk about something particularly, okay, with what we're discussing here, with weakness over strength, strength over weakness.
Savaged.
There was an incident that happened just quite recently with Don
Michael
Lemon.
Gardner.
They had a segment with their hot topics. And Don Lemon is literally fuming over. Almost like he's going to want to grab a Kleenex or a tissue or something to wipe the tears from his eyes. Like MAGA America is doing this to him. MAGA America. It's the conservatives that are destroying America. No. You know what's destroying America? It's the idiot pundits like yourself. The radical Democrats and politicians in America that are dividing our nation. Those are the ones that are destroying America. Those are the ones that do not see logic through the reality of what they are causing. There is no logic, there's no reasoning with these people. It's either their way or the highway. And then when they try to converse that into our side, the right, or conservative, or modern Republican, right? MAGA, however you want to label it. We are the ones that are causing deflect. We are the ones that are causing the chaos in the conversations that we have today. We don't want to hear them. They're right. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear the nonsense. We don't want to hear the bullshit. We're done. We're fed up with it. It's not taking our nation in the right way. So how do we defeat it? Well, I'm going to go there with you on that, but I want to plug this clip here with Don Lemon literally having a fucking meltdown. Check this out.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay?
Holy shit.
I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people, she thrives on it. She has built the second part of whatever of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right? And remember, Joy Reid is a woman. Megyn Kelly is a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, you know, supports women. Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has a, you know, she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC. And also, this whole, she's racist, right? It's just, I'm going to give you the evidence.
First of all, hold the phone right there. Let me pause that for a minute. I want to comment on some of the posting here, the X post here. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Okay. I remember that. Does everyone not remember when Joy had done that?
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
I remember it like it was yesterday. And then she goes into saying, "Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television. And shame on NBC for letting it go this long." Yeah, who is crying now? Who's crying now? And then before I go into this even further, right? You have Don Lemon now labeling Megyn Kelly as a racist. How is Megyn Kelly a racist? Please, liberal, radical America that might be tuning in. How is Megyn Kelly a racist? Because she uses the term, "Who's crying now, Joy?" Yeah, who is crying now? That is a rebuttal, folks. That is a rebuttal, because who is the racist in the conversation? It's not Megyn Kelly. It's only one person. Can you figure that out? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's Joy. Joy is the one that's racist, because she laughingly mocked white women tears. And she's a Black individual. Is it not form of racism? It could be, depending on how you look at it. As well as Don here. And shame on the network for letting that segment go as long as it had done. Shame on that network. But, I mean, come on, let's expect this, folks. Let's expect networks like, like CNN, NBC, MSNBC, the MSNBC syllables, right? Out there. Let's expect them to run garbage shit like this. Check more of this out. Don Lemon having a fucking meltdown over here.
Supposedly learned from it and then spent every day after apologizing for it and being fired for it, then spent every day proving the point that she is a racist. And not very supportive of women. If you look, all you have to do, the evidence is in her Google search.
How is she a racist,
she says about
Don?
women and how she calls them out all the time.
Come on. Come on with this shit. Lemon, you're a failed media personality, and you're only doing this for relevancy, to stay relevant in the industry. That's why. Your content is garbage, and you read off of the most ridiculous scripts that your network gives you. You have no originality. You're a pure idiot. No one likes you. And no one even pays attention to half of the shit. I'm not plugging him in any way, folks. But I find it hilarious that a failed media personality such as Don, because he's a failed goon of the industry, has to go into this. Look more. He's crying more, folks. Listen to it.
The worst person. No, Megyn Kelly. The worst person on television was fired from NBC in the Today Show.
Good.
A few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly.
Well, not good.
That's
on her.
The worst person who's not on.
Oh, she's the worst person? She got fired, so she moved on to better things, Don. Did she not? What's Joy Reid doing now after Joy Reid had left? Where's she at, Don? Can you explain that?
Television anymore. Is you. That's the worst person who's not on television.
Oh,
so hoorah for that.
Michael Gardner,
did something good.
Uncut.
You know why? I like to give proof.
Oh, we can give proof. Watch this.
Evidence. Like when I said Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was racist, it wasn't my opinion. This isn't my opinion about Megyn Kelly.
Oh, your opinion is
different. The evidence
different.
is there. I'm going to show you the evidence of Megyn Kelly. And
you're going to show us the evidence, right? The proof is there, right? Oh, so your racist slander against individuals in America, that was different, right, Don? Right? That's a different story, right, Don? You're full of shit. Full of garbage. Guys, joining me here on the program here, we have Texas Trucker coming into the mix. Welcome into the show, Texas Trucker. It's been a hot minute, buddy, since I've had you on. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine, Savage. How are you doing, brother?
Doing wonderful. We're listening to the garbage here with Don Lemon now crying out that Megyn Kelly is a white woman and she's a racist and she's this and that and she's glad that Joy Reid is off the media.
Yeah. When are they going to figure out that we've moved past that race baiting bull that they've been selling us on for years, and that we're united as a people and doing the right thing, and there's nothing that they can do to stop that? They can't stop what's coming, brother.
No, they're terrified. Texas Truck. They're terrified of the outcomes. They know that Musk and Trump are like the ultimate freaking A team of MAGA, and they're going to represent this nation well. And they're scared to death because, first of all, they were never able to accomplish that. I mean, let alone, look at Barack Obama, tried the whole Doge thing and failed numerous of times, including former President Bill Clinton with Al Gore back in the early 90s. But let alone, well, let me rephrase that. At least Bill Clinton had some type of lengthy phrase of a Doge. It was called something else. I think it was called like Rigo or something. I put a piece out on X the other day with that. That the Democrats, Texas Trucker, that they failed to realize that an actual Democrat tried it, you know?
They fail at just about everything they do, and if they don't fail, then they just make it worse. I mean, that's where we're at. We realize that. Hopefully, we know a lot of people has woken up, their eyes are open, and,
Savaged.
see it for what it actually is. The vision that they preach is a form of control because they fear us uniting, and as long as they can keep us infighting and keep it the focus on D and R and L, and take the focus off of America, then they're winning. It's time we put that behind us and focus on that America, and move forward.
Absolutely. Since I have you on here, Texas Trucker, there's a clip here that is going pretty viral on X, including other platforms. The new Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, Governor Kristi Noem, former Governor Kristi Noem, now Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, has this to say. Check this out, because this is quite alarming from the secretary to basically go into this, and she's fed up just as much as you and I, folks. And thank God we have an administration within Trump to handle all this. Check this clip out, guys.
I have found some leakers. We are continuing to get more. They will be fired. There will be consequences. And remember, when they leak information to the press in order to blow an op, they are putting law enforcement lives in jeopardy. They are risking their lives and putting their families in the position where they'll have to live without those individuals any further. So you bet we have used every tactic that we have. If you remember, we talked just last week about how I'm using polygraphs to go after and to really interview these folks, because we are a national security agency. I have that tool I can use. Also looking at their emails, looking at their communications. And it's amazing how these bureaucrats who have an agenda to stop the work that we're doing to bring safety to America, how they will sell each other down the river if it's just to protect themselves. So don't worry. I am doing everything to find these leakers and to get rid of them so that we can do our work and our law enforcement officers and agents can do it safely.
Good. I'm glad she's doing that, and I'm glad that we have people in Washington that is literally carrying the torch for security here in America. What's your thoughts on that, Texas Trucker?
Well, I mean, look, we still got Snowden sitting in jail for the same thing. I mean, when are we going to start to hold these people accountable, right? They're putting our national security at risk by doing what they're doing. It's time to start putting the shackles on these people and locking their ass up. The way I feel about it. If you're going to do that and you're going to interfere, and I mean, me or you, if we was in that position, they would lock us up for aiding and abetting, for obstructing justice. So it's time to put the double standard aside and go by the rule of law. If you break the law, you go to jail.
Absolutely. If it was a common person like you and I, the cuffs would be on our wrists, possibly shackles around our ankles, and we would be sent over to a federal penitentiary. But a person like a politician, that certain ones, not every, but certain ones seem to be above the law. And you have I mentioned this on my show last week. You have politician Representative AOC now crying out that it's not fair. It's not fair what Kristi Noem and the people up in Washington within Trump's team is doing to America. How is it not fair? These people have no rights. They have no rights whatsoever when they're in this nation illegally. If they come here legally and go through the proper channels, okay, then it's different. But, that's that. Right? So,
I feel it, bud.
Yeah.
It's past time for us to put this behind us and move forward. But in order to do that, then these people got to get out of the way, right?
Yeah. They have to get out of the way, Texas Trucker. We have to get these people out of the way, because these people that are causing the ultimate divide in this nation, like AOC, like Maxine Waters, like Chuck Schumer, Shifty Schiff, Adam Schiff, all these people, they have to be removed from office. They have to, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it may offend some liberals that might be tuning into this program, this show here, but they have to be revoked of their government clearances. They have to be revoked of their titles, and they have to be removed from office. Because if we do not remove these people, these dangerous people that were elected in, for God's sake, I don't even understand how they were elected in, because obviously they were elected in on personality, not principle, not policy, because there's no fucking policy that comes out of these jackholes that are in office right now of these people I just mentioned. And they're just a selected amount of people. There's many other people that Elon and Trump has to look at. They have to do this. We have to. I mean,
Savage, look at Dan Crenshaw a couple of days ago threatening Elon Musk's life. He said he would kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, not Tucker Carlson. My bad. He said Tucker he would kill him, yep. And when it was called out on it, he said, "No, I'm serious. I'll kill him." I'd be under the jailhouse in a heartbeat over that, brother. You would be. And he's actually getting away with it. I mean, why hasn't he been forced to resign yet? Why is he still in that position? He's a threat.
You know, I'm surprised to hear this from Dan Crenshaw. I mean, he's a war hero. Excuse me. He's a military hero. He's a man that served in service, right? He defended our nation. And I'm surprised to hear this from Dan Crenshaw. I thought he was one of us. I thought he was a conservative American. I thought he was for America first. But to make these dangerous, extreme comments on, media personality Tucker Carlson, one of the greats in podcasting today, why would he do this?
Thank you. Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. If I ever meet him, I'll probably kill him. He's the worst person.
He was corrupted. He was when he come in, but he got a taste of that money and power, and he's completely corrupt. He is one of the biggest rhinos we got in Texas right now.
I'm really upset to hear this, from him, that he would go into this type of rhetoric, because it's really disturbing. It is. It's highly disturbing. And you know what's also disturbing too? That we have mega pastors that are calling out for the same rhetoric, the same dangerous vocabulary in this nation. Check this clip out, Texas Red. We have Texas Red, Texas Trucker. I get you guys confused. There's a Texas Red too on X.
Yeah, he's actually in the truck with me now, Savage. We're running teams.
Oh, sounds good. How you doing, Texas Red? I appreciate you, buddy. For being part, you and Texas Trucker, doing the right thing for America. But check this clip out that we have on with a mega pastor right in Atlanta. This is right in Atlanta, folks. Listen to the words, okay? Because this is utterly disturbing.
I feel bad for them coons in the White House who are in there tap dancing for massa, wearing bow ties, shinning and grinding, laughing like nothing is funny. But I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid.
What the hell?
I feel...
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy that you have a pastor here, and shout out to what is that, Noble N. Grode there for putting out that video. Credit to that content creator on X for putting that out. That is insane, disturbed behavior. I mean, Texas Trucker, like. I know you're driving, so we did have some disturbance from you, and I understand that. We got you back on video here. I don't know if you were able to hear that video, but this is a pastor, buddy, that is in my opinion, inciting violence in a church in Atlanta, Georgia?
Well, I'm a Christian. I am a religious person, but I'm religious in my own way. I don't believe I have to go to church to express my love of my God and my as long as I obey and am obedient, then I feel like I'm justified, and I try to be. Haven't always been like that, but I listen to that still small voice, and to me, that is the voice of God, and it steers me in the right direction and keeps me out of trouble. I've rebelled against that in my past, but that these people, these preachers, it's all about money, it's all about power. Just like that's the problem with the world we live in today. You know what I mean? You get in a position and you're corrupted, and then it just flips the world upside down. You know what I mean? For that man to stand there and do that and say that, he's an abomination. He's going against what he preaches. Because the Bible specifically says, "Love your neighbor like you love yourself."
Yeah.
So I mean, he's an abomination. He needs to be taken out of the church because he's not a Christian.
You know what we need to do? And I hope Elon is listening to this broadcast. I hope, Elon, sir, you look into churches like this, because, I mean, some churches, to my knowledge, receive, donations through the community. And what is that, folks? That is taxpayer donations. A taxpayer donation is going into a church, a community church, whether it's a mega church or a regular community church, to have radical pastors such as this gentleman incite the violence through his vocabulary and label people such as Trump, and then use dangerous wording like slaves and all this White House and stuff like that, just kind of paraphrasing. That church should be their funding from taxpayers in that community should be automatically terminated. That is dangerous.
Savage, where is the outrage from his congregation? They should be standing up to this man and telling him, "Hey, you've lost the way. You're not on the path."
It's beyond that, Trucker. It's beyond that. You know why? Because
from the green room to the crazy room with rageful Joe Leonard.
They already lost themselves. They are now going along with the manipulation and brainwashing.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
They lost themselves. That's the same thing going in similar cases of Anthony Fauci brainwashing America for the course of 2-3 years of COVID. They're lost. There's no way of helping these people stand up and say, what you're doing is wrong. This is not what church is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be bringing people together in fellowship. There's no fellowship there.
You talking about drinking the Kool-Aid?
Yeah. The Kool-Aid has definitely been passed around in that church.
Nights except for
it's
Mondays.
The wrong clip. Sorry.
So that's a big change. An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m.
Okay, guys. Sorry about it. We don't have the clip, but we did have this one clip I wanted to plug in. Rachel Maddow showing more of her side, like Don Lemon, right? When are these people going to stop? When are they going to stop? Check this out.
7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But in all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call,
mistake. Hold on. Put that up. Thanks, Tibbs. Put that on pause. It's a bad mistake. No, it's a good mistake. It's actually not a mistake at all. I mean, the woman's inciting derogatory remarks about Megyn Kelly, and I'm glad that the network finally pulled the plug on Joy Reid. I mean, she's basically mocking her. If you paid attention earlier in the program, mocking her, saying white tears, right? You know, they don't say shit like that. I mean, I understand some people, you know, you watch a late night show, Jimmy Fallon, to put some, small little segments in, or even Saturday Night Live, they do the presidential bits there. But I mean, this has gone on way too long. And networks, some are waking up and they're realizing that, it needs to stop. It really does. Check more of this out, guys. It gets really bad from here.
It is what happens to our coworkers on whom we depend and who you don't necessarily know, but we respect and love them and depend on them. And did I mention we respect them?
Well, I'm glad you respect them.
This is a difficult time in the news business, but it does not need to be this difficult.
It is a difficult time in this business. It's also a difficult time in this country. Let's say that too, Rachel, right?
We welcome new voices to this place and some familiar voices to new hours. It's going to be great, honestly, and we want to grow and succeed and reach more people than ever and be resilient and stay here forever. I also believe, and I bet you believe, that the way to get there is by treating people well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Treating people well. There you go. You just said it. I hope you treat people well. And I hope you take the outcomes of what Joy Reid has done on her network. The result, the ending result, is when you mock people and you go too far, it then becomes content for relevancy, for ratings. Some people don't like that. I get, facts over feelings, feelings over facts, facts over fear, all that, but we're trying to unite this country, Rachel. We're not trying to divide it, and you people are dividing it more than ever. Guys, as I kind of close up, I apologize. I didn't have that clip with Crenshaw commenting on Tucker. I thought I had it. Tibbs, you got to try to put that into the Spotify feed or something. But check that out, guys. We'll try to plug it in. I know this is the live stream and everything, and I appreciate you guys coming on. But, Texas, I know you're busy there on the road, buddy. But any comments, man, on any of this?
Yeah, let me give you a minute because I want to bring you up to speed since last time we've been on the show, Savage. We was pushing hard for the broker transparency, the 49 CFR 371.3, the notice of proposed rulemaking to be open. We've been down this road for 2 years, and we did succeed and get the rulemaking open. They run it, and then Trump come in and paused all rulemakings, but he did open it back up, so the comment period is open now. We feel that we're headed in a good direction. We feel that the Trump administration and Mr. Duffy, John Duffy, has our best interests at heart, but we're not going to depend on that. We're not going to take it for granted. We put too much work behind this. So we're putting together a convoy to D.C. on May 1st, May Day.
Oh, wow.
Kind of sort of a 2020 May Day event 2.0, if you will, when we parked our trucks on the lawn of the White House over there, or the Constitution Avenue. So we're putting that together to go back and make sure our voice is heard. The market has gotten worse. It has not improved. It's gotten worse. Even DAT Freight and Analytics come out yesterday and admitted that if you adjust income by inflation and the cost of doing business, that we're in worse shape than we was in 2020, which spurred the May Day event there in Washington. So we're trying to get the independents, the owner operators of small carriers, which are 95.2% of the industry. to stand with us. We're not putting money on this. We're not saying, okay, well, we're going to take up donations. We don't want money involved. We don't want nobody coming around saying, hey, they're grifting or this. No, we want everybody. We worked hard for 2 years, brother, to get us where we're at. We've done the work. We put in the time. We withstood the attacks. It's been an onslaught for 2 years to get us where we're at. So we're asking now for people to stand for themselves. We can only do so much. We can push and get this open and get the information out, but you have to stand for yourself. A big portion of the country is involved in trucking. In Texas alone, 1 out of every 11 people is tied directly into trucking and transportation. That's the jobs there. We have lost, pardon me, we got a FOIA request in that we had submitted over a year ago. And there's been 206,567 authorities, carriers, not jobs, not individual truckers, carriers. And they can have 1 to 10 trucks. Up to 1,200 to 1,500 trucks has gone out of business since 1/1 of 2021. That's where we're at. It's pushing us out, and we're being replaced by non-citizens, non-domiciled drivers at cheap rates. The war was put into effect by the Biden administration with the Flow Initiative. First thing he done when he got in and created the task force on supply chain disruptions. The disruption was the rates we was getting was higher than average, higher than normal. So they went on a mission to control the free market and push it back down. And it's put us out of business, and we're being replaced by these foreign drivers. And what the reverse side of that is, we've seen accidents and fatality accidents go up. These people that's coming from overseas don't know our terrain. They can't read our signs. They can't read or efficiently speak English. And it's making our roads more dangerous, and it's putting your family and my family in jeopardy out here on the highways. So it's something we need to get loud about and get attention on. We need to make this showing and let them know that we're not going anywhere, that we intend to see this through.
Is that something that I'm sorry to chime in, but is that something that you had brought up with the Department of Transportation with some of these? What are they saying?
Really, we haven't heard much now. Of course, Pete Buttigieg, you never could get nothing out of him. We actually cornered him up in D.C., and he told us he was going to do this or do that, but he never done nothing. We're hoping. This is too early in this administration to know where they're going and which direction.
I mean, we're only in February going into March. I mean, it's only his going into the 2.5 months of his presidency.
Well,
we can't expect it, but we could try to strive for it. I mean,
Yeah. Well, we don't know what to expect yet. We're hopeful. There is enthusiasm that, hey, we did succeed. We kept the world from going communism, because that's where we would have been if this would have went the other way. All of us patriots, freedom fighters, me, you, Texas Red, Marlon. There's so many I can't name them all that have been involved in this for years and pushed to get us to where we're at in not only trucking but in the country. And you mentioned down that.
You mentioned freedom fighters. I have a group that I started out with a good friend of mine from Alabama, Jerry Hill, actually. So I'll plug his name in. Jerry, thank you very much. I know he listens into the show, and him and I have become partners over the course of 2-3 years with this Facebook group page, and it's barely holding on. I mean, we're facing scrutiny on the page constantly. We're facing mutiny from the actual platform of them trying to take us down. I mean, we have a lot of people that support us there on Freedom Fighters there on the Facebook page, guys. I highly suggest you, if you're still on Facebook, join us there at Freedom Fighters, because this is some of the stuff that we fight for every single day on there. And we welcome people like yourself, freedom fighters, and people that are fighting for American prosperity in this nation to join us, in the good fight. And if we get canceled tomorrow, know that we didn't go down without fighting. So join us over there at Facebook, guys, at Freedom Fighters, and we welcome everybody.
Brother, we feel your pain because we got a big Facebook presence. We got 44,000 plus members in the National Owner Operators Association platform over there, and we faced the same thing. They've shut us down. They've censored us, so tightly that we felt it too. So we know exactly what you feel. But you know, people like us, man, there ain't no quitting us. We're not going nowhere.
No, we're not going to go down without a good fight. Absolutely.
We got a country to save, brother.
That's right. You know, that's right.
We got a way of life. We've got a way of life to save, and that's where we're at. We're fighting tooth and nail every day, so our children, our grandchildren can live in the same world that we loved and grew up in. So that's where we're at.
It's time to get your brothers and sisters in arms, guys, and join the good fight and defeat radicalism, extremism, and socialism and communism in this nation, because there's no future. There's no path for that. All that does is lead to destruction. If you look at your history, you look at great empires like Rome, you look at all these other empires, guys, and what happened? They fell. They failed. They collapsed because their own people turned on them, and they created wars within themselves. I keep on saying, guys, I don't like plugging, because I find sometimes if you plug too much, it shows too much of bragging rights, and I'm not a fan of bragging rights. To an extent, I am, but not so much. Check out my book, guys. America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War, available on Amazon. Everything that, Texas Trucker and I are discussing.
Here on Savage, you'll hear real stories and real shit. So we hope we didn't offend you. Well, we are not sorry if we did.
On the Amazon.com library. So check us out. Texas, before you leave, I want to get a few little words here with you about this event. This is new information I'm learning, and I'm glad that you guys are starting this up. Is there any type of website or any information that they can check out I know you're not taking money, but maybe possibly donations that could help out the cause a little bit, or no donations?
I'm going to stay completely away from the money aspect of this. I mean, my viewpoint is this is about your freedom, your business, your freedom to operate and run your business the way you need to be successful. We've been oppressed. We've suffered over-regulation for decades, for 50 years, and it's time for us to stand for ourselves. And I don't want to involve any money in it at all. I want it to be the people standing for themselves. That's my goal. Money just creates problems. But you can go to our website at www.Tnooa.com. That's the National Owner Operators Association. It's got information there. We do have our publication out, The Stand, our magazine. You can hit me up or follow me on X at Anderson J2273. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on TikTok under Jamie Anderson. Facebook. I'm on every platform. We're all cross-platform. And we just need to come together as one and fight exactly what you've been talking about. These activist preachers, these activist judges, these activists, the activism that's destroying America. We need to stand and fight. We've almost let it go too far. We let it go too far. We should have done this decades ago.
Oh,
we
decades.
Let it get out of control. We was concentrating on working and making money and supplying for our families, and we trusted the government to do what was in our best interest, and we lost sight of it and let it get out of control. And we damn near let it get far out of control. We got to stand together, united, and say, hey, and this is black, white, Republican, liberal, Democrat. We all got to come together and say, hey, enough's enough. And, you work for us. We don't work for you.
And I encourage also people, join the Savaged Army, hit that hashtag Savaged Unfiltered podcast and join people like us, like Texas Trucker, myself, and become a freedom fighter, become somebody that's going to fight for your rights. Because if we don't fight for it, our children will not have a great future. And I say that with the most uppest realization of reality possible, guys. And Texas, since this event is going to be happening in May, you said, right? May?
Yeah, May 1st, May Day.
Okay, May 1st, May Day. I love that whole, because it is. We are in May Day scenario form of America. Has this
May Day, Bubba?
May Day. There you go. Get it on the CB, guys, and announce it. If you're a truck driver, a public servant, or a emergency official there, police officer, get on your CBs and say, May Day, let's make this happen in May. Let's march up to the White House and demand more.
That's what I told them a while ago when I was in a space. We done a Trucker Tuesday space over on We Are the People on X. And that's exactly what I told the people in there. This don't have to be just a trucker convoy. We encourage I would love to see 100,000 cars and people show up and support us truckers.
I would too, and don't you worry, guys. If you head over to it's Tnooa, so it's spelled TNOOA.com. We'll right if I'm making sure I got that right.
Okay, that is correct.
So if you guys head over to the ticker on the bottom there at Tnooa, but it's spelled with a T, TNOOA.com. Head over there. I'll show you all the information about this event and other information circulating Tnooa. It will also. Love the plug. We were supposed to have Marlon in the space earlier, but he had some audio issues. We're going to try to get Marlon back in. Head over to Marlon Spaces, guys. Really good individual at his spaces, which is also aligned with AmericanXLive.com. At Average John 911, he basically does a lot of daily X spaces.
Yeah, man, he's involved in every fight we have. That's what we've done that's been successful, Savage, is, we all had our problems when I wandered into spaces 2.5 years ago, and we started talking about our problem and realizing that, our fights are all the same fight. We started cross-platforming and bringing support to each other, and that's what's made this go. I mean, we've won in the wind, the East Coast wind fight. We're winning in the trucking fight. So we've kind of set a roadmap of the way we could go and do this. That Marlon went to Washington and lobbied with us in Washington. Marlon went to Gettysburg for Albert Hershaw when he was running for president. Pardon me. We've been a lot of places, done a lot of things, and this is what it comes down to. It comes down to American supporting Americans, to small business supporting small business, because all of us are at war with the corporations, the corporatocracy. The corporations' goal is to enslave us and just paying us enough to keep us working to supply them with cheap labor.
Yeah,
so
let me chime in there real quick. Yeah, let me chime in real quick. And mention and basically ask you this question here real quick. Since this event in May, labeled May Day, will be. You said right on the in front of the White House. Have you received any acknowledgement or any type of support from possibly the president? Has Trump been aware of this, or do you have any support from Trump at all? Or
well, literally, we just started putting this together. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, Savage, but we just started putting this together.
Okay, so it's freshly new.
So you're one of the first. Other than are the people that I've come into and put it out. So you're one of the debuters of it. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! So, I feel honored. I really do. I do. I feel honored, and thank you very much.
I got your invite earlier, and I was in a space, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop in there if I got time, because I haven't been in to see you in a while. But we support everything you do, Savage, and we appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hat tip to you, and seriously, it's a huge honor of making this announcement on the show here, Savaged Unfiltered. And I mean, I encourage people to jump over to the website at Tnooa.com, TNOOA.com. Get all the information about this event in May, and make your voices heard. Whether you're a truck driver, it doesn't matter if you're a truck driver. You could be an average citizen like myself, or a Texas trucker here, or anybody in the nation, and head up there and tell them, damn it, we want change in this nation. And going up to Washington, I think it's the most appropriate place to do so, because it gets people familiar what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? And I like to throw this out, if it's all right with you. I do have a media pass, journalist pass. So if you need any type of journalism with this, please, reach out to me. Obviously, reach out, in advance, so I can make my scheduling and traveling arrangements up there. And I would love to be part of this with you guys and support you guys, and basically, be your voice, for this event, because you guys deserve it. You guys are the front line of America. Without truck drivers, America doesn't go anywhere. And I mean that, guys. I mean, you put it on a train and everything, but where's the logic in that? It's taking a job away from you. You guys are literally the heartbeat of America, and I mean that.
Well, we appreciate it, brother, and we'll dance or take you up on that. Even if it does land on a train or a plane, the final mile carrier is always a truck. Everything, it don't matter what mode of transportation, if it takes water, if it takes air, if it takes train, it still lands on a truck to get to the place to get it to you. So this affects everybody, the rates that we get out here and what we do out here. And
welcome back, Savaged Army. Now let's get back into the reality of podcasting, shall we?
That are unregulated, taking 40, 50, 60% of the loads are putting us out of business. And then the reverse side of that sets up the next boom cycle in trucking, because we're going to have fewer carriers and it's going to come out of y'all's pocket. It gets passed down to the consumer. So it's important that everybody understand that this does affect you 100% every day.
Absolutely. I want to thank Texas Trucker here for coming back on the show, explaining this newly information here with Tnooa, and heading up to the up to Washington up in May for their event May Day. So I highly, guys, again, I can't emphasize it more. I highly encourage a lot of people here, my viewers, my listeners here on X and TikTok and Daily Motion TV, the other platforms we stream here, to jump over to Tnooa and check out this event, please, guys. It means a lot. It would mean a lot to what Tnooa's trying to accomplish here in the country with the trucking industry, and fight for America, guys. Become that freedom fighter. Stop listening to the naysayers and stop being negative for once. Be positive. With that being said, guys, I want to thank you very much for jumping over here on the live stream. Thank you very much to my listeners and viewers on Daily Motion TV, including TikTok, as well as X here. And remember, guys, this March, we will be having our shows launched onto the Roku app. So for all the people that have Roku TV, which I think is on every smart TV now these days, find us out on Roku, as well as the Amazon Fire app as well. The Fire Stick, it's also aligned with Roku. Texas, 1 minute or less, buddy. If you got anything else you want to plug, I'd greatly appreciate it, sir.
Well, I just want to plug you, brother, and tell you I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you sending me the link. And, I'll try to jump back in if you ever need me in. Just let me know. Just common sense American doing American things. We know common sense is not very common anymore in a lot of instances, but we are common people doing extraordinary things by coming together and standing together united. That's Marlon. That's We Are the People. That's Tnooa. The whole group. We're stronger together. But man, I appreciate.
Yeah, and thank you again, guys. Jump on over to Tnooa.com. All the information is listed there. I want to thank a lot of people. Again, I can't thank it more than enough. I'm a little shooken up because every time I have Texas Trucker, whether it's Texas Red or hopefully Marlon, when he gets his audio together, I'm just joking, Marlon. I love you, man. Will be part of the broadcasts. People like these people, they make the difference in America. They truly do. Some of these people, guys, I have on, big following, small following. It's not about the following. It's about the presence. It's about the involvement. It's about the encouragement. It's about standing up for what you believe in, fighting for what you believe in. Because even the smallest man to the largest man, whether they're influencers, content creators, talk show hosts, radio personalities, podcasters, anyone in this nation has a voice, and they need to be heard. Even the negative Nancys out there, and the Karens, and the Carls, and the what else is it? Tibbs, the Steves, the Steve-Os, right? They need to be heard sometimes, but sometimes you just need to put the cauliflower in your ears and zone them out. Other than that, guys, I'm Savaged here. Remember, every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays exclusively on the Spotify app. All of our episodes are available, including iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, now on Audio Mac. Thank you very much, Audio Mac, for picking us up. And soon to be on the Roku TV app. So check us out there in March. It's going to be a really, really big launch with that. as well. We got some more announcements coming soon, guys. You're going to want to stick around for that. And thank you for those who checked out the episode this past week with Cameron Cowan. Got into a lot of what we're discussing here with parts of the discussion I had on the show with Doge and his concerns and comments on that, as well as Rageful Joe, when I had Joseph M. Leonard here, part of that broadcast. So I appreciate the hell of you guys. Thank you very much for checking out our show. It means a lot. I mean, because this podcast industry is extremely, extremely crowded, and I appreciate you for taking your time out of the day, no matter where you are in the world, for checking us out. Thank you very much. And hat tip to the people over there in Ireland and Scotland for checking out our show on Spotify. We got some comments coming in. Thank you very much. I see you. I hear you. I appreciate you. Make sure you tell a friend and 5 others and have them tell 5 other friends about the show. We always welcome new growth. So I appreciate the people over there in Ireland and Scotland and the rest of the UK world for tuning out. Don't tune us out. Tune us in. I got to get off the radio. I got to get off the podcast, guys. Let's get to that point. For making that. I was going to say something. I forgot what the hell I was going to say, but it's okay. Other than that, guys, I'm Savage, otherwise known as Michael Gardner. And remember, guys, be savaged, not average. Till next time.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.